on the show. I want to start the show by telling you a story. 15 years ago, there was a young student whose name is Seydou. He discovered a world thanks to which I am here today. In life, sometimes you have the feeling that there is somebody that you owe something for your lifetime. And tonight, I have the honor and the privilege to welcome on our stage the person who made me what I am today. Thanks to him, I am presenting this show. Thanks to him, I am where I am today. Let's welcome together Mr. Malik Watt. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, honor. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. It's an honor to have you on the show. So let's begin with the biography. Majo, for the biography.
Malik Watt was born on June 22, 1966 in Chess. At 6 years old, he went to Amari Diop, formerly Camp GMI, primary school. He completed his secondary school at Abdoulaye Sadji for 2 years and Malik Sy High School, where he received his BAc in 1987. Then he went to the University of Dakar in the English department. He spent 3 years there before going to the École Normale Supérieure, now FASTEF. After his training, he was posted at Fimela High School in Fatigue, where he taught for 5 years. He was involved in the English Club, which had an excellent partnership with the British Embassy. Later, he was posted to the CEM of Tiawan for 3 years before going to Medina Fall Junior High School. It was there that he spent the most important part of his life as a teacher of English. At that time, the school had just opened its doors for the first generation of students. He supervised the most dynamic English club. 8 years later, he moved to Darus Salam Junior High School. In 2012, the English Club of Darus Salam won first prize at the Atas Regional Festival and the prize for the Best Actress. He spent 6 years there before being appointed principal at Njahu Junior High, a position he currently occupies.
I want to know which feeling was animating you when you were coming here, knowing that you are invited by your former student on the show he is hosting. How did you feel about that invitation?
Okay, first of all, Seydou, I would like to say hello to everybody here, to your wonderful audience, and to all the viewers of the Obama show.
Right.
And I would like also to congratulate you.
Thank you very much.
For your very good initiative and for all you're doing for the promotion of the English language. Right. I am really happy and I'm really, let's say, proud of you. And I think so are the other colleagues who used to teach you in the past years. Really, I'm happy to see you, not only as a teacher of English, but also for all the things you're doing, as I said, for the promotion of the English language. Right. This is very important.
Thank you so
and
much.
Today, I am, let's say, very happy, very happy. Mm-hmm.
The pleasure is shared, sir. Well, you inspired many young students like me, like Ablai Kanyali, and many others. I used to be your student, let's say 15 years ago. And right now, when I'm doing preparing my lessons, doing my lesson planning, I always think about the way you taught me that very lesson. What was your secret? Because I can't, like, when I'm delivering class with my students, I always try to remember the way you taught it. So I'm saying, well, I'm going to teach you the way Mr. Watt taught me this. And it dates back 15 years. What was your secret? What was your teaching strategies?
Okay, if strategy means the way the means I use to achieve my goal in class, I would say, I tried to be a reference for my students in the way of speaking, in the way of dressing up myself, and in the way of behaving in general. The secret also maybe is I tried also to involve my students in the lesson process. Okay. And then the other thing I think is that I try to make them confident, because it's very important. Even though they made mistakes or something like that, I didn't correct or interrupt them.
Right.
This is very important, I think.
Right.
And also, I used to teach English as not a burden, but just fun. Okay, I used to play and sing with my students. No problem.
I still remember
Yeah.
when he was delivering the alphabet lesson. Can you sing that with me today?
Oh,
Because I still remember.
Not
This is the same way I'm teaching my students the alphabet.
okay.
When you used to say
You're
A,
right.
B, C,
Yeah.
D, E, F, G.
You're right.
So you put
definitely.
fun in class.
Yes.
That was your main strategy.
Yes, for me, if students manage to, like what I'm doing, they will love it. That's why I taught, or I used to teach the English language as fun. That's why I used to sing in class. No problem for me. Whatever I am in the class. I'm the teacher, yes, but the students have to have, a reference on me.
Very important.
Yes, that's why I used to sing and play with them in class. Games, something like that. Okay? As you said just a moment ago, okay, for me saying A, B, C, D, this is very monotonous. So that's why I tried to sing in class.
All right.
A, B, C, D, something like that.
So you sing better than me, but anyway. Thank you so much,
Okay.
sir. All right.
Okay, maybe the other thing is, I don't know. For me, all I could do in class to achieve my goal was a good strategy. Okay, the rest maybe was a problem of teaching techniques, okay, and methods, something like that. Okay.
Was you using the CLT method, as they say, the communicative language teaching,
Yes, communicative.
where the student, the centeredness of students is noticed in the CLT method? We say the teacher is not the center,
Yes,
but
yes.
the student
The student.
is the center of
Yes,
everything.
yes.
Was it your method, or you were using another method? Because at the time, I don't think people was using the CLT method, but I can still remember the way you were teaching. It was very communicative.
Yes, I was trained on that method.
You were trained on that.
Yes.
All right.
Because for me, as you said, the students are the centrality of what I was doing.
All right.
So the focus is put on them.
All right.
Okay? They have to participate. They have, for me, they are at the beginning and at the end of the lesson. You see, I myself, I was not important. Okay? I was just a facilitator. Okay? The most important thing is make students like what I was doing. Okay? The communicative approach, I think, was something wonderful. Wonderful. Because it's not a problem of a teacher who is here, kind of a demi-dieu, okay, knowing everything. No. I'm just a facilitator. I help them. But the great part of the job is, was done by
Well,
them.
if you still doubt if his students liked what he was doing, just ask me. You've been teaching English for more than 15 years, right?
Yes, let's say 22 years
22
before becoming
years.
a principal now.
That means when you started teaching, I was maybe in the primary school.
Primary school, of
And
course.
I still remember the way you teach English. And right now, you are no longer a teacher, you are a headmaster. And when you look at what's happening in Senegal, when you look at the level of students, the way teachers are trained, the way they are doing their lessons, when you just have a look at what we have right now in Senegal as level of English, in Chess, mainly in Senegal, and what do you think are the causes, and where do the responsibilities lie?
Yes, definitely you're right. This is what we can notice, that the low level of our students now. And I think the reasons are, there are many reasons for that. Okay, first of all, I would like to say that our students in general find the English language very difficult and very complicated. And I think it's up to the teachers to wipe out this wrong perception, because they find the English language very difficult and very complicated. Maybe it's because we teachers, we think that we are, while students are on the first floor, we are on the second or third floor. So we have to adjust our teaching. It's very important for our students to understand easily. Okay?
What do you mean by adjusting? Like to just adapt
Yes, to
to
adapt.
the realities of the place where you're teaching, or to adapt to the level of students?
Okay, we adapt to the level of the students. This is very important because, as I said just a moment ago, we want to speak English. Yes, this is very good. Okay, but let's try to adjust our English to the level of the students for them to better understand. It's very important. And also, I think there is a problem because there's a gap between, in English, there's a gap between writing, not writing, but between speaking and pronunciation. Pronunciation.
What do you mean pronunciation is what they trying to sound like native, with respect to the phonetic or what?
Yes, the phonetic. Because in English, the way we pronounce is different from the way we write. I was saying the writing. The writing. The way we write is different from the way we pronounce. That's why it's important before, asking them to write for the first month or for the first month of learning English, we have to learn them how to pronounce. It's very important. If not, otherwise, so this can be a problem.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So, because I know teachers here are facing so many problems to deliver their lessons. We complain a lot about the way students conceive what we teach them. We complain a lot about the level of students. Well, we'll be right back. Today, what English Club is about, and here we are here today to talk about educational system in Senegal. We are here to talk about his experience as a teacher of English. So we just now we talked about the low level of students and the responsibilities, and as a dean, an experienced teacher, what do you think should be the measures we should take to get rid of this situation?
Thank you very much. So first of all, I think I ask my young colleagues, to avoid teaching on the language. Teaching on the language.
What do you mean
it's
by
different?
teaching on the
Okay,
language?
teaching on the language is different from teaching the language, because when you teach on the language, for me, it's as if you teach on something like grammar, too much grammar, vocabulary. It's important. It's very important. But we have to teach them. We have not to teach it out of context. Out of context. Okay? I don't know if you get my point.
I may, but our viewers may not get the point.
viewers.
Could you just like
Okay,
be more-
because a language like English language, it's a whole. It's a whole. There are not different parts. Vocabulary here, grammar here, and then we teach as we want. No, it's something like integrated things. So we have to teach from a context. Okay, but not to say, okay, today I'm going to give you vocabulary. Okay, take this. No, avoid that. We have to teach from a context. Okay. And then avoid teaching too much grammar and vocabulary, because this can be an obstacle. Okay, this can be an obstacle, and our students need to speak English. Okay, so this is very important, I think. And the other thing maybe is to use real life situation. To use real life situation. Okay, not to say, okay, today I'm going to teach you about Gorée Island. They don't know maybe where is Gorée and what is Gorée. They don't know. So, for example, this is the classroom. There are some objects, chairs, I don't know, tables, and then. So I point to that. I say, this is a chair, this is a table, and then.
right,
Okay?
right.
And the other thing maybe is to ask them to also to vary activities. It's very important for me. Because doing the same thing all the time,
Yeah. Variety,
and be
variety is the spice of
variety is
life.
part of life,
The
as
spice
you
of
said.
life. That's
Yes, variety is part of life. So ask them to vary activities by integrating skills, by using games, poems, and songs. For me, it's very, very, very important. And I also ask the colleagues to join the English cells.
Yeah.
It's very important
Very important.
in order to exchange
First
with
guy
other
joining
colleagues.
the cell. And
Okay.
stop moonlighting.
Yes, and exchange with our colleagues and to be aware of the new innovations. This is very important for me. And then to set up English clubs in our schools.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
definitely.
is so obvious.
This is the
English
way.
club.
Because teaching or learning between four walls, for me, is not enough. It's far from being enough. So we have to give our students other opportunities to speak English, to express themselves in English. For me, maybe these are some of the
Very
solutions.
important. Very important.
I might
Because
give.
as a teacher, we must always try to find a way to, be developed professionally.
Yes.
And joining the cell is one of the
Definitely.
ways we can use to,
Yes, definitely.
gain more experience. And English club. Because English club, as you know, you've been supervising so many English clubs. And can you tell us a bit about your experience with English clubs before we move on to the next question?
Okay, you're right. I used to supervise English clubs from Pimla in Fatigue. Okay, this was my first experience. There I supervised an English club with another colleague. Okay, it was just fun for us. It was wonderful. But when I came to Medina Fall and Darussalam here in Chess, I lived another experience. I lived another experience because it was English club for fun, but at the same time, kind of competition with other schools. And I remember when I was in Medina Fall, at the Ates Regional Festival, we won the third prize and the prize for the best actress.
I think it was in 2009.
And 9, of course. And when I came to Darussalam, that was the same. I had there an English club, a very dynamic one. And there, I think it was in 2012. We won the first prize for the Ates Regional Festival. And the first prize also, and the prize for the best actress, and the first prize,
The English contest for students.
English contest for students. I think it was organized by
the one I organized with my
yeah.
English club.
by Seydou himself.
All right.
So that's why I think, and students who took this opportunity to express themselves in English, it was very interesting. Dealing with drama, general knowledge, grammar and spelling, and so on and so forth.
So you lived a very wonderful experience with the English
Yeah,
club.
very wonderful.
And so many other experiences. Today, what do you think is the best moment you had to share as a teacher? You've been teaching English for more than 20 years, and now you are headmaster. You have trained so many people, among whom myself. What was the moment that you had to share, the best one, as a teacher?
Okay, maybe it was the first one. The first one was the day when an inspector came to my class. I think it was in Medina Fall Junior High School. He came to my class, and after the lesson, okay, he told me, it was in Cesium, I think, first year form students, told me, okay, how could you manage to make your students speak English in 4 months? I say, okay, maybe I have nothing done special. It was just, I tried to make my students love English. And then they do their best. They are expressing themselves in English. Right. Even if they don't have many vocab or grammar, something like that. But they can do what they want with the English language.
Right, all right.
This is the most important thing, I think.
Okay.
Maybe the other experience was maybe, as I said just a moment ago, was when we won the contest, the regional one. Because it was in a year when students came and asked me to supervise them. Because there was a certain Mr. Njai who was supervising the English club.
Was in Medina Fall or?
No, it
in
was
Darussalam?
in Darussalam.
Right.
And they asked me to help them. Okay, I said, I can nothing do. Just what I have to do is to help you, to be behind you, okay? And facilitate things, okay? but this is what I have done that year. Okay, what I did that year, and they managed to get, I mean, the first prize for the festival.
Thank you very much for being on the show today. Thank you so much, guys. This is Mr. Watt, my former teacher and the one who helped me discover, as I said, the world of English Club. And today he's here to share his experience with us and to tell us about his teaching strategy to share with teachers who are watching this show. We are going to reach the final part of the show. Unfortunately, we are running out of time, but I wish I could keep you longer on the show. Maybe next time on the show, inshallah. What message would you send today to the world to inspire them, to teachers, to inspire all of us?
Okay, maybe the message I want to deliver is just a message of love and peace. Love and peace. I think wherever there is love, there is peace. And wherever there is peace, there is harmony and prosperity. So let's love one another. And the word love, using the word love can make us conquer, I mean, the hearts and minds. Yes. So this is the message I would like to
deliver. Thank you so much, and it's a great message. So
Thank
this was our guest of today, Mr. Malik Watt. Thank you very much for being on the show today.
Thank you, seydou.
Before you leave the show, we have a special gift for you. Well, we have to pay him back. So I can't, but I'm going to try to do something for him.
No.
Give him his gift. The Obama Show has a small gift for you. We know you deserve more, but we just want to give you this as a souvenir of your being here on the show. Thank you so much.